used to binge listen to Coheed Cambria many years ago when I first discovered them, and I've not actually listened to a bunch of their more recent stuff except for the singles. But thank you to God tier level patron Josh Fletcher, who has requested I check out Ladders of Supremacy off of their latest album. I've heard a couple of songs off that album, just the singles that they released, but not this one. So I'm excited about this. 6 minutes and 48 seconds long. My brain is ready. Let's see what this is like. And go! Ominous. Cool graphic. Okay. Very atmospheric. At least 3 different guitar lines here. Tasty drum fill. Ooh, that's a lovely melody. Nice. It sounds victorious. Getting excited. Ooh. Lots of playing around with the volumes and effects. This stuff is a guitarist's wet dream. Let the hi-hat work. Very different tempo here.
Oh, we've only got one chance at this. The severity unmerciful as the tension sits.
Good harmony.
As the world comes into view, our biggest fears, they seem to all come true. So how we gonna handle this?
Bit of fire.
When the punch lands, boy, it's all about how you fall. Go on, swallow your defeat. Stop.
That's a note.
Down, boy, see you now, clown boy. You got heart, but sorry, just ain't meant to be. Another one down the ladders of supremacy.
Bit of a choir. It's quite an epic.
The time has come for us. Accept all you become.
Beautiful.
All your chances.
That's sort of like,
to ash the
it's almost like keyboards doing stringed instruments. Nice drum fill.
Watch as time moves on away from all the things.
Sometimes they swing it. Sometimes it's straight.
So how we gonna handle this? When the punch lands, boy, it's all about how you fall. Go on, swallow your defeat. Stop.
He really gets up there for that.
Down, boy, see you now, clown boy. You got heart, but sorry, just ain't meant to be. Another one down the ladders of supremacy.
Where are we going? Where are you taking me, Claudio? busier kicks. Feels like it's building. Nice. Love the placement of the snare to kicks. Nice gap there. Bit of bell work. Quite busy. There's a slow vocal over the top. Balances that. Nice groove. It's quite a voice, isn't it? Interesting percussive sound there. Synth keyboard reminds me of a bit of Sleep Token. Okay. Well, that was really interesting. So, I mean, my immediate thought is, it's a feast for the ears, right? There's so much going on there as a musician to sink your teeth into. Lots of fucking guitar layers and amazing counter melodies, rhythmic changes and things. And there was a repeated kind of melodic moment within that of the Ladders of Supremacy. So I'm assuming that's a kind of chorus. But they don't have in this song a big, obvious chorus hit. In fact, the whole song, it sort of builds for, however long was that? It was 6 minutes and 48. I don't know that they sort of didn't massively pay it off. I was expecting it to go somewhere either purely glorious with a kind of change to major keys or something. Or just go to something devilishly hellish, or I don't know, or a different motif towards the end. But it sort of had this continuous build to it, as if it's like an army marching forward endlessly. Now, Josh mentioned in a message to me that this makes sense more as a kind of trilogy thing to go into the next song and the one after that. So it might be that in the trilogy of that, it makes sense for this to have that, not a big kind of payoff thing. But musically really enjoyable for what they were doing in that. Structurally, song-wise, not as much of a hit because it was a long build, but there were some moments there when the drums would go from kind of a swung beat to a straight beat, or the placements, like repeated but precise on like snare to kick, and then gap, and then the double kicks. Really enjoyed that stuff. There's some really focused drum work in there. Some also lovely the kind of bell moments and cymbals and things. Some nice hi-hat moments throughout that as well. The bass, there was a moment, I didn't call it out, but there's a moment, the bass mostly kind of supports. But there's a time in there, it was like a third of the way through the song, where the bass really stood out to me and I really enjoyed what it was doing there. Claudio is a fucking insane vocalist, right? He's got a lot at his fingertips that he can use. At times going to kind of an edgy, rough, sort of distorted vocal for more intensity. Some of those high notes he will hit are phenomenal. He had one that he hit a couple times in that, which was just fucking glorious. So I really enjoyed listening to that. It was a fascinating piece of music. As with Coheed and Cambria, it's rarely simplistic enough you can just put it on in the background and enjoy it. Like after you've listened to it a few times, you can kind of allow that sort of moment. It's complicated. It is layered. It is fascinating, and there are moments of pure joy in there for me. And I think on more listens, when you're more familiar with the melodies and where it's going to go next, you might get more of the kind of enjoyment of on repeat listens, I think. But as a musician, I enjoyed that as an experience. As a song itself, it built, and I wanted to go somewhere and it didn't for me. But maybe that wasn't the point. right? Maybe it was about sitting in that atmosphere for 7 minutes or so. Well, I certainly enjoyed it. I found it fascinating, and there's things in there that I didn't hear before from them or from other bands. So that's certainly worth paying attention to. So thank you, Josh, for that request. If I were to give that a rating, I would say it is, for me, solid. That's not to say it's not brilliantly done and put together. The musicianship is fantastic. It's really interesting as a song, but it doesn't tickle me throughout as a big deliciousness as a song as a whole. There's some great moments in there musically, but I've preferred some of their epics like this they've done in the past have had more of a great ending to it, like The Willing Well 3 or In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. Songs with 3 in them, I guess. They can have a bit more of a kind of build to a particular ending that I've enjoyed. So yeah, solid, very interesting song with some brilliant moments within it. I enjoyed that for sure. If you have a song you desperately want me to react to, there is a way to guarantee that I do that over on my Patreon. So do check that out if you're interested in a reaction such as this. Fascinating song there from Coheed Cambria. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like YouTube to send you more videos like this in future, then do boop the subscribe button. If you're interested in some additional content from me and some early video access, I have a Patreon page for as little as £1 a month where you can help support the channel. Either way, thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you in another video.